You a Star Wars fan? Because you'll be amazed at number one, that a lot of women might be into the shit that you're into, but you're so worried about her judging you that you don't give it half a chance. But also some of the things that you're not into, you'll be amazed at how women would want to get into it because they want to get closer to you.
A lot of times they say shit like, "Oh, I'm free on weekends," or I'm usually free on Thursdays," or whatever the hell. So if it makes sense, then I schedule a date.
If she really liked you from the get-go, there would be no reward system you would have to look for to do anything for, right? Because it would automatically be there, And I like to do this in conversation sometimes. When you're speaking with somebody and you'll hear a girl say something like, "I'll never do this," or "I don't like this," or "I don't like that." And then you'll notice, you'll say, "Nah, I kind of like it. I like it when blah, blah." And she's like, well, yeah, when you say it like that, I like it, and it's just kind of like, yeah, you switched up awfully fast for somebody that just really said they don't like something. And so, there's always been clues out there for fellas to understand, like, yo, if they really like you, they will change their whole political party.
They're not giving her real instruction. They're not letting her know what it really is. And most dudes don't do it. Most dudes don't say what it is because they're afraid to hear no, or they're afraid to bring up sex too early and all of this and all of that. But the bottom line is this. Either, again, and somebody said it, either she's feeling you or she's not. You understand? Either she's feeling you or she's not. We got to stop all this nonsense, man. Guys are too afraid to hear no, and it's like I'd rather hear no than to waste 2, 3, 4 dates and time spent, money spent, and all this other shit just to find out that you wasn't feeling me any damn way. You see what I'm saying? But so with me, first date is cool. If you don't want to do it on the first date, no problem. You could be on your period or whatever it is. There's a lot of things that could be off on the first date, right? It doesn't matter. But second date, you gotta know what it is.
For me, I like exclusive vagina to me. And that's because I don't want to catch nothing to have my later years messed up. And I like to stroke without no condom on.
Oh!
It feels great.
No!
So I like it.
So you like to be hugged by the sugar walls? You like to be hugged?
Yeah. I like that velvet, plush velvet. The smoothness. So,
but even then, J. Roman, I hear you.
He don't get up for nothing. You understand what I'm saying? So, and the reason is because he has to conserve his energy to do 3 full workouts a day up until his competition date. You understand? So when he's in season, he literally just works out as hard as he can. Then he sits on the couch and his wife brings him everything. The only thing she don't do is fucking piss for him, right? So what I'm saying is, it's one thing to have a wife that does it, because you said earlier, these were the words you used. You said, a woman who says, "Oh, I rock with this dude, so I don't mind doing this." But see, it's a difference between a woman who doesn't mind and a woman who cheerfully wants to do it. Understand the position of a simp. Make sure you understand the position of a friend zone nigga. Make sure you understand that a man doesn't do anything for nothing. You understand? So run the game, be careful, and do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm. And that's right there, J. Roman. And that's the problem. Your main chick should always be prioritized over all the new chicks. Right? The new chicks should not get preferential treatment. Right? So what would make it difficult for a lot of women is if you're giving girlfriend treatment to the new chick. Right? So this is why when you very first meet women, you have to establish boundaries and parameters where they got to earn everything. So that way, when the main chick is with you and she knows you're dealing with new women, she knows they have to go through the gauntlet too. They just don't get shit quicker. Like
Kerry K set in the blaze, sagging. Miles Cunham with the game so tight. J. Roman lit the torch, keeping it right. Manhood's the challenge, skill set to master. In a world moving fast, gotta move faster. Trap beat, pounding 808, shake the floor. Guided by the host, wisdom like law. Kerry K drops jewels, the crowd enthralled. Words cut deep, no need for brawls. Miles Cunningham, tactics sharp like a dagger. Navigates the game, makes the haters stagger. Journey to manhood, no easy feat. Lessons from the masters, words concrete. J. Roman with the keys, opens the door. Manhood's the path, got a crave for more. Manhood's the challenge, skill set to master. In a world moving fast, gotta move faster. Trap beat, pounding 808, shake the floor. Guided by the host, wisdom like law.
Yo, we back at it. What's good, man?
Yeah. What up?
How's the Saturday going so far, my brother?
Pretty good, man. Can't complain too much. You know, got up early, did the workout thing, and then been running errands ever since. You know what I mean? Now we here. Let's get it. What's going on with you?
Hey, man, I'm chilling, bro. It's a beautiful day here in San Antonio. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when we get off this shit, I got to capture what's left of my day.
You feel me?
And make it count.
Exactly. But guys, make sure you go get your soap, man. Go to masculineidentity.com, masculineidentity.com. When you get to the checkout page, just type in love, LOVE, and you will save 20% off your entire order. So the more soap you buy, the more you save. So make sure you go to masculineidentity.com. Any soap too, Masculine Identity soap or the Cunningham soap. Go over there and get your 20% off. Type in the code LOVE, just love, and get your 20% off your order, man. You get 20% off the lavender, 20% off the rose, 20% off the lemon mint, and 20% off Masculine Identity soap. So go to masculineidentity.com. Take full advantage. I appreciate y'all, man.
Man, and shout out to Miles, the consummate entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
always with the forward thinking. I love it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it real with you. I love it.
Sure.
Love it. Giving a nigga inspiration on the low.
Hold on. Sorry, my bad. Unique said he got his shea butter today. Yes, sir. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. My man is in the UK too, so.
Yeah, so he across the pond, guys. So if he ordering from across the pond, y'all right here in the backyard. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
But it's seasonal, right? So you're done for the season?
Yeah, the shea butter is over. The shea butter season is done. Shea butter season is over, but appreciate everybody that came through and got their shea butter, man.
I'm still mad that I took forever. Then when I finally tried to order that shit was gone. I was mad than a motherfucker.
Frankie Shy said women complimented me on the smell of the shea butter. There you go. Yes, sir.
And I want to point that out as well. Cologne is cool, but like the shea butter smell, it gives you an after, like you got out the shower. Like it's just, like you got out the shower. It's a whole different type of smell.
Exactly.
So, cologne is dope, but when you smell like you just got out the shower, I think it's something else.
Yeah, because it gives you like a base essence to your skin. Like it's different. Yep.
There you go. All right, so y'all, what are we talking about today? Why transactional sex will never compare to real desire. And I have this video of this young lady. She's in that life, and I'm gonna let her speak to it, but I'm gonna go at it from two different angles. The first angle is I can see why women do what they do when it comes. I can see a lot of guys, you know, they talk about these OnlyFans chicks and all of this, all of that. My thing is, I can see why women do what they do. It ain't no different than a drug dealer. Okay, I don't necessarily agree with that profession, but nigga, when I see how y'all living and see the money, I can see why. You know what I'm saying? I personally wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? You know, just like with the chick with the OnlyFans, that's not my lifestyle, but I can see why, right? From that perspective. But I also want to speak on it. And here's my thing. Here's my caveat before we get any further into this. Guys, y'all can do what y'all want with y'all money. Okay, I'm not trying to dick police nobody. I don't care what you niggas do. This is my only thing. If you're going to get online and call yourself giving advice to men about dealing with women, if you're going to talk about lying to women, I'm going to oppose that. If you're going to talk about tricking, but yet you're not teaching men how to be men, the foundation of manhood, and you're skipping past them improving themselves and just say, man, fuck that improving yourself. Fuck evolving as a man and maturing and growing. Just go pay for the pussy, dog. Because that's not going to help them navigate relationships when they actually want one. Right. They haven't actually dealt with women in a very authentic way to understand how to move as a man. Right. Because come on, man, like we got to call it what it is. So that's my only issue with that. But Miles, you got anything you want to say before we hit this video?
Well, yeah, transactional sex. Is it really sex though? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it really sex? Because I mean, sex is, in my opinion, sex is when two people are attracted and they want they want to be a part of each other. You understand? If you never caught the metaphor, I think God, the universe, nature, whatever, created sex because it is a symbolic ritual that we do to show that we are so attracted to one another that we just don't want to be beside each other. We want to be inside each other. You see what I'm saying? So when a woman sees a man that she wants, that she's so attracted to him that she wants to have him inside of her, that's a different thing. It's different when it's transactional. It's kind of like it's the difference between, paying for a hotel room and moving into a house. You know what I'm saying? Like you sign the papers and you own the house, right? And you move your stuff in and you live there for a while, right? But with a hotel, you bring your luggage in and shit, 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, your fucking key card stopped working. You see what I'm saying? Because if you ain't paid for another night unless you call for a late checkout by 11:30, that fucking key card stops working. And they don't give a fuck about you. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we have to really ask ourselves, is transactional sex actually sex? Like, because to me, sex is like I said, attraction is so strong that you want to be, not just beside the person, you want to be inside the person. You get what I'm saying? You want to cross contaminate because the attraction is so strong. These women, and I can say this. I take no shame in this because it's life, it's experience, but I've paid for pussy before. So yeah. I know the difference. I know the exact difference. I know the difference between a woman that's all over me that wants me to fuck the shit out of her and a woman that's just like looking at her watch like, yeah, nigga, you got about another hour to come. And that's that. Like, you get what I'm saying?
It's work for her. It's the job.
Yeah. She's just laying there, bro. Like, so you got to understand. And it's a similar thing for the woman that is just letting you smash because she wants to go on your yacht tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's a similar thing for the woman that's just letting you smash. Notice I keep looking at my watch, right? Because it's really a function of time. But it's a similar thing when she just letting you smash because she know her rent is due and she needs you to do that shit. You get what I'm saying? Right. So and so look, I look at it like this, man. You need to be able to know how to. Like you need to understand the dynamics of attraction. So you can get pussy, because paying for pussy, there's no, you know what I'm saying? There's no skill. You got the money, you find the professional that accepts your money, boom, you're good. But it's a whole nother thing when you understand attraction, when you understand male-female interaction. You get what I'm saying? So again, look, for all of the passport bros and all of them cats, do what you do. My thing is understand and know the truth in the difference between the two.
Yeah, and that's some real shit. And here's the thing, right? Sex is a natural occurrence. In nature, when you talk about all of God's creatures, right?
Right.
Sex occurs naturally. So when you talk about paying for sex, you literally transform something that occurs naturally into a transaction.
Right.
Right. So here's the thing. When a woman desires you, when she genuinely desires you inside of her.
Right.
There is a different mentality that she has. So that mentality is going to drive her to respond to you in a certain way that a woman who you're paying for will never respond.
Right.
Now, she can give you the illusion, right? Right. And this clip, this lady's going to talk about that, right? And here's the thing. For a lot of guys, they just want a nut. They just want a nut. And my thing is, I can jack off for free if I just want a nut.
That's what I'm
You know
saying.
what I'm saying? Why the fuck would I pay a woman? Because now all you're really doing is you're paying a secondary body to assist you in ejaculation.
Exactly.
Can you help me bust real quick?
Yeah.
Right? Instead of doing it yourself, right? So you're paying someone to help you. And to me, you're paying someone to help you with something you can do for yourself, right? Now, I would rather have a woman who genuinely wants to assist me. Like, she looking at me like, you ain't got to jack that. I got that for you. Genuinely.
Right.
I ain't got to spend a penny to do it, right? I just have a conversation with a woman who desires to do that, right? And there's a big difference, and guys know this. They can try and act like they don't understand it, but you alluded to it. There's a big difference when a woman is just looking at you with that glimmer in her eye, when she can't keep her hands off you. And all you did was just have a 5-minute conversation. She all on you, and you're like, God damn. You can never replicate that experience from manufactured attraction, because you gotta understand. See, a lot of guys, they think sexual attraction, there's this big umbrella and everything falls up under it. No. Sexual attraction occurs naturally. It's its own separate entity. Now, a woman can have sex with you, and she's attracted to the money. She's attracted to the lifestyle, and this woman is gonna say just that. She's addicted to the money.
Right.
So you do have women out here that deal with men of means, like men who got real money. I'm not talking about you niggas that make 100,000. I'm talking about niggas that make $250,000, $500,000, millionaires. Niggas that got real money, right? Real $100,000 is great money, but it's not real money, right? So I just want to point that shit out. But it's great money. I don't want to shit on 100,000 because it takes a minute for some people to get to that point. So I don't want to shit on the hard work, but when you compare that to $1 million, it don't equate. Exactly. So I just want to point that out. But fuck it, let's get to this video. Let me bring this shit up. Hopefully my internet don't start tripping. If it do, I got a backup plan though.
All right.
I want to point out something. Okay. And I want guys to catch what she said. Because she said she has about a dozen sugar daddies. A dozen.
Yep.
She just said right now, props to the girls that have just one. Right. And they're getting everything they want. Which means, like, I don't want to be fucking all of these guys.
Right.
I don't like these niggas like that.
You don't like them.
If I can find one, pay attention. If I can find one, because truth be told, in many cases, now women don't mind dealing with multiple men they are sexually attracted to. Don't get it twisted. But women, deep down inside, in many cases, they would rather not have to deal with multiple men they're not sexually attracted to, because it's a burden on them. Let's keep it going. She said, guys think when they're giving us something, we're going to play that submissive role. She said it. Guys think if they're giving us something, we're going to play that submissive role. So what she's saying is, I'm not submissive to these men.
Nope.
They're paying for me to do something.
Right.
And I'm doing it. I don't genuinely want to do this for him. I don't desire to want to do this for him. Basically, I'm saying, oh, you want me to play like I'm submissive? Here's my compensation package. Can you pay that? If you can pay that, let's go ahead and play. I'm going to play the role of the submissive woman, and I'm going to pretend like I really like you. Okay? And these guys are lying to themselves if they think otherwise.
Right.
All right, so let's go ahead. She said you got to try to look your best for these guys, whether you really want to go or not.
Or not.
See, and that right there. See, when a woman is sexually attracted to you, she wants to go.
She wants.
She's excited. Dog, Miles, J. Roman, have you ever had a girl show up at your door and she's already wet and you ain't even touched her yet?
Shout out to J. Roman. What's going on with your partner? What up?
Yeah, exactly. Yes, I have.
Already wet. And you ain't, bro. I've literally had chicks walk through the door and grab my hand and said, "Do you know how much I've been wanting this?" And put my hand down, and I came back up with with tripping.
You feel
I'm like, damn, girl.
You shit.
Yes, my thing is, I don't care what none of you niggas who pay for sex say. You're not getting that.
Nope.
So man, let's go ahead and get to it. Let's go ahead. So this is what I want to point out. And I want guys to understand, there are women who are married right now or in long-term relationships, and they even have a kid or two with you, and it's all an act. It's all a thinly veiled plot to basically get a certain type of lifestyle or to not be lonely. Like, so there are women in relationships who think just like she does.
Right, right.
And I think that's the difference between what some guys feel, right? So they say, oh, well, she's a prostitute or she does this for money, but they don't realize you don't have to be at that level to do or be in a relationship like this for the money.
Mm.
So, you know, and that's when a lot of people, when you guys, oh, I'll just pay for it. Yeah, but it doesn't fix anything because you haven't fixed yourself.
Exactly. But I'm glad, you know, I'm glad she's honest though. I'm glad she's not faking the funk. Because a lot of these chicks love to act like, oh, well, you know, it's not about that. It's about, you know, some of these guys, I have a genuine connection. But she's being honest. Like, I don't like spending time with these dudes. That's not what it's about. Like, I like when they honest, bro. That shit is, it's refreshing, and you know, it's actually real, you know. And I could appreciate the honesty. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these chicks, bro, they left the front like, oh no, you know, I genuinely appreciate these guys in my life and blah blah blah. No.
Well, the thing is, she's being honest with that show, but I'm quite sure she ain't being honest with them.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And I think that a lot of times, like, let's consider two sides of the spectrum, right? Mm-hmm. So there's probably some guy that she hates spending time with, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she does it for the money. And I'm quite sure there's a guy that she don't mind spending time with. But the thing is, she still does it for the money. Right. So, you know, it doesn't matter what side of the spectrum you could be a cool guy.
Right.
But if you are paying for it, she's doing it for the money.
Mm-hmm.
Now, hey, she might float one interaction or a couple interactions, but after a while, she's going to say, hey, even though I do have a good time with you, I still need that envelope of money afterwards. The thing is, a lot of guys don't understand that you're giving the envelope in a totally different way.
Mm-hmm.
In the relationship with some of these girls, because you didn't have it on your terms. You had it on transactional terms.
Exactly. Mr. Justin in the building. What's going on?
What's happening, fellas?
What's going on? Right?
Yeah, just doing my thing. You know, working, making new products for the website. Just came out with a erotic hypnosis kit.
Oh shit.
Yep. As well as a BDSM starter kit. So it's got like videos, documents, and things like that, just how to get things going as like a foundation. And then the erotic hypnosis one is really good. So if any guys know you got a girl who is very sensitive with her auditory, that you can talk to her and she's really receptive to your voice, she's probably receptive to hypnosis. So you can check out that pack, and you know, or if you want to just talk about it, hit me up.
Where can we get all that?
That's on my website, thedominanceacademy.com.
Can you put that in a private chat and I'll post it?
Oh yeah, sure.
Is it the Dominance Academy or Dominance Academy?
The Dominance Academy.
Dominance Academy. All right, guys.
We already got it. She already on it.
Yeah, thedominanceacademy.com. Yeah, there you go.
How you fellas doing?
The lovely and comparable Renee, always on time with it. Appreciate you.
Shout out to Renee. We appreciate you. Yep.
Oh, and last time I was streaming with you guys, my mic was really hot. So, audience, if my mic is hot again, just let me know.
You sound perfect. You sound perfect.
Okay, good.
Yeah, everything sounds good. All right.
So, real quick, we good with the phone lines, Miles?
Yeah, for now we good. Hey, guys, call in whenever y'all ready. Call in 919-647-9292, 919-647-9392. Go ahead and call in. This is a free call-in show, guys. At least for now. So, guys, call in. Please don't hesitate, and please don't wait till the end of the show. Go ahead and call in.
There we go. All right. So Justin, you saw the video, right? You have something you want to add?
Yeah, I did.
Witness.
Well, I had two thoughts. Like, so I'm part of this this group chat with actually a bunch of other coaches and such, and we're talking about recently AI and all these things. And you guys, we all know how feeble men are right now. Just their identity is screwed up, their confidence, they got no game. They're just, I don't know, they're just really feeble. And it gets worse as you get younger because they're becoming more socially awkward, right?
Yes.
They're more online, whatever. They don't talk to people. They're just really weird. So I'm guessing like these teenage kids, they're going to be the worst, right?
Oh, yeah.
They got, and this whole like AI girlfriend thing is growing, right? And so they're not going to know how to talk to anybody. What's up?
AI girlfriend?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's what's the one? Replica with a K.
954. Hold on 1 second. 954. Hold on.
Yeah, high profile. This is very concerning. So there's one, a very popular one called Replica with a K, and so they learn you as you mess with it, and it starts to become more and more human like the more you interact with this, and there's lots of these. Like there's hundreds of them. And it's just growing. So what I'm thinking is that the only thing missing is the physical thing, right?
This is wild.
So they're gonna have this girlfriend to give them that recognition, right? Because most guys are invisible to women. That's what they say. They're like, oh, only 20% of guys are noticed or whatever. But the only thing that's missing is physical. So they're just like, fuck it, I'll just pay for a hooker, and that's it. I'll get the physical part taken care of. I'll have the emotional and psychological part taken care of with this app, and I'm good.
Hey, real talk. That's what OnlyFans is. A lot of OnlyFans models, they don't. And 954, we're gonna get to you right now. But keep in mind, a lot of OnlyFans models, they don't just post content. They actually interact with their subscribers.
Oh, yeah, make them feel special.
So they interact with them like they call them boyfriend.
Wow.
Like because you could pay, and I only noticed because I've heard from the research. I don't fuck with OnlyFans, and that's hand to God. But I've heard of this, right, where they'll call them boyfriend, sweetheart, how you been, how was your day. You could pay extra for the girlfriend experience, and they will check in with you. But the thing is that like Justin said, now the whole shit is AI. So because, listen. Now, here's one thing I will admit. I do follow AI models on fucking Instagram.
I was just going to mention that.
Bro, I'm not even going to lie. Them bitches is fine.
Yeah, and they got in the size of the millions. They have pages that are millions of followers.
No, million, bro. 954, I'm going to get with you. But they have the reels. No, listen to me. They have the reels, bro. They have the reels where the AI chick is walking and she has actual stretch marks on her titties like real chicks. She got it's fucking crazy. And the reason why I follow it is not, I mean, of course I enjoy looking at it, but I also follow it because I'm seeing where the fucking market is going.
Right. Curiosity factor is high. But so what I'm saying is that, like, I think a lot of that people are just going into this transactional mode because the fact of the matter is we know this from working with guys. Yeah. Changing from being a fucking pussy into a man is hard work. It's not easy. You can't buy your way through it. You can't do anything your way through it. You have to just crunch through that shit or grind on it one step at a time. And it could take you years depending on how much bullshit is inside your head. Exactly. And guys are like, you know what? Fuck it. That's too hard. I'm going to just pay for some shit and just get my needs taken care of. And I don't even have to change. I can still be this loser and just get what I want.
Right.
Yeah, so I think that's the future.
So, all right, let me get to the call, guys, because he's been waiting. And let's get back to Unique after we get off the call. But we got 954. You're on live on the Manhood is a Skill Set show. We got your host KZag, we got Mr. Justin, we got Jay Roman, and we got Miles. Name, age, city. How can we help you?
This is Duz. I'm 40.
Wait, name again? Sorry. Duz?
Yeah.
What?
Like Dudley. It's Dudley, but Duz for short, though.
Does, like, okay. All right, fine. So
I would go with Dudley, man. That...
For 40.
Okay, go ahead, brother. What's your question?
Okay. Simply, I feel like I'm getting to the point where I'm trying to get direction on what's next. I'm dealing with a woman, right? So I know, okay, sex and all that's all good, but it's more like, okay, what's next?
What you mean?
It's more of me.
What's next?
Like,
see,
okay,
but
like
all right, wait. See, here's the thing. Here's the thing. You have to understand something, right? As men, right? As men, we don't really ask questions. The only thing or entity that we should ask questions to is the authorities that are above us, and the only main authority that is above us is God, right? And that still depends on what you subscribe to: God, the universe, nature, whatever. But women and children and everyone else is under us, and we have to remember this, because how we communicate with anybody that's under us is that we give instruction. Okay, so you asking what's next, that tells me that you don't know who you are. You don't know what you want, because what's next should be what you say is next. Do you understand that?
So let me add this, caller. And Miles is right. And Miles, I was thinking the same thing about him not knowing his masculine identity. He evidently doesn't know it because of the question that he's asking. So right. You ask what's next. So I'll just use myself as an example, caller. Whenever I've been single in my life, specifically my adult life, right? Whenever I've been single, I was never looking for a girlfriend. I was never looking to be in a relationship. I'm just chilling, just doing me. Along the way, when I would meet women, right, basically I would set up fuck buddy scenarios, right? Now, bear in mind, I'm not looking to be in a relationship, but what would happen over time would be these women would begin to campaign and audition for a role in my life beyond just sex. So they will begin to show me that they have more to offer than just their bodies, essentially meaning they have value to bring. So if I'm peeping that, and I'm like, you know what? I like what Shorty's doing. I'm feeling Shorty right now, right? All right, cool. I was cool with just a sex, but she's showing me something. So I don't have to ask myself what's next. What matters is what I want to do in that moment. So if I realize she's bringing me something more tangible than just her pussy, I can say, let me explore dating her. Let me take her out now. Let me spend more time with her. And if she continues to show me what she's showing me over an extended period of time, this could potentially be my girlfriend. Right. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Same.
I got a question for you there, Dope.
Yeah, all right.
What did you have planned for her?
Right.
All right, so the plan is to build something. So now I figured out, okay, I know she's down to have sex. That's there. That's the conversation is there.
What else is there?
Told me that's it.
What's something?
Give us something tangible.
Something.
Yeah, you said build something. What's something? A toaster? A rocking chair? What are you gonna build?
Build something, as in me. I'm aiming to build a production company. That's my ultimate goal. Build a production company and expand that.
What do you need a woman for that?
So
there you go.
That's what I'm saying. I don't need a woman for that.
So but we're talking about with the context of her. You said you wanted to build something, and I said, what is something?
Yeah.
So more or less, it's not me building something with her. That's why I'm like, okay.
Okay, caller. Let's stay focused, brother. You say, how old are you? You say you 40?
Yeah.
Okay, your question. All right. Let's rewind and look at what your question was. You said, I'm trying to figure out what's next when it comes to dealing with a woman. Is that not what you said?
Yeah.
Okay, so why are we talking about stuff that don't got to do with the woman? Now we're talking about production companies. You asked a question. Let's focus on the question. When we ask you, what is your plan? You saying what's next? So we asking you, what is your plan? What do you want?
Well, she has to continue checking off the boxes.
Well, what boxes?
And role that she's playing right now.
Okay, so caller. Look. You're all over the place, and I'm gonna tell you what I mean by you're all over the place. You called up and you asked us what's next, meaning What should happen next? What should I look for next? Then now you're saying she has to check all the boxes, right? So either you have all the answers. Hold on, listen. Either you already have all the answers or you don't.
Mhm.
That's why you're calling in. Which one is
Okay,
it?
all right. Here it is. Let me see if I can help him out like this. You said you wanted to know what's next. Okay, so where are y'all at now? Let's look at that.
So right now, it's been a month, and it's climax. Next, I already know what's after. I already been
In
there.
30 days?
More like it's not a relationship that I'm looking for, and she knows that. So I know it's going to be just a friend with benefits type situation.
Okay, so why are you talking about what's next if you already know what it is?
Well, I'm a type of person that thinks in the future. So it's more like, okay, am I just going to draw it out? This friends with benefits?
Caller. Let's start all over.
Uh-huh.
What do you want from us, brother? What do you want from us? Because now you're just talking, just to be talking. What do you want from us? 4 men on this panel.
What I'm looking for your perspective on, okay, you all been in situations with friends and benefits. I know now Kay, he said what he does is, all right, when it gets to that point where she's showing me that she has potential for the next level, then you will move to the next level with her.
No. Okay.
So,
but hold on, J. Roman. But you've been dealing with her for a month. I'm talking about shit that I've been dealing with for a few months. Okay, you're moving way too fast. But go ahead, J. Roman.
My thing is like the game Jenga. Like y'all building on top of, you're mentally building on top of stuff, but you take a piece out and it all falls down. So you're mentally building more than what you should. It's if Kay Zaggy really wanted to be in a relationship, he would approach it like that, but they would have to earn every step of it. So it doesn't matter if he wants to be in a relationship or not. It would still start off as just fuck buddies.
There you go.
For everything.
But
so my thing is, if you say, hey, I want a relationship, you're still going to start them off and they're going to have to earn the relationship. But what you're saying is, oh, we're fuck buddies and I'm going to see what she has and then propel her from there, but I want to stay fuck buddies. Do you want a relationship or do you want a fuck buddy?
Caller, you just said you know that it ain't no relationship and she's just friends with benefits. So what makes you think, what is causing you to think further on down the road to make you think that it's going to be something else? Or is it that you want it to be something else? See, cause that's the part that you're not really making a clear choice. Because you're talking fuck buddy, but you're asking, well, what's next? And should it be a relationship? Like, where are we really trying to go?
What's next for a fuck buddy is just more fucking.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't get more complex than that.
Yeah, like it's not. If it's no relationship, then it's no fucking relationship.
Okay.
What are you talking about, caller? You're a 40-year-old man. If she's a fuck buddy, then that's what she is. Mm-hmm. So what are we talking about?
You like her, don't you?
This is where the identity comes in at, because you need to know what you want.
They call her, you like her, don't you?
Be honest, it's okay.
I mean, if I didn't, I mean, there's.
Just say yes, I do. Come on.
I like her as a friend with benefits. I don't like her as a relationship.
You're not being honest.
That's where we at.
So if that's,
I think you like a personality too.
If that's the case, homie, then why are you thinking so much about it?
I'm thinking about it. That's usually the evolution of things. Everything's evolves.
Caller.
No, it's not. Listen, hey, hang on a second. Miles, what's next for your business? Or one of the many things that's next for your business?
One of the many things next for my business is that I'm developing the eau de parfum for my fragrance line. So I have masculine identity and masculine identity sport. I just designed the sport version of the fragrance, and I just made an order to France to get a few liters sent back so I could start my focus.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
I appreciate that. Now, I didn't ask that just to promote some shit, but the thing is that to know what you're doing now, you have to know what you want in the future, right? And you reverse engineer that shit. So Miles at some point was like, you know what? I want my own fragrance. But it just doesn't fucking happen, right? You have to reverse engineer it. And there's a lot of steps. There's a lot of things involved into from distribution to packaging to labeling. What kind of bottles would you want? Do you want it like colored glass? You want a clear glass? You want a glass at all? Maybe what size? You 3 ml, 10 ml, 30 ml. Yep. There's so many different things. Then you get into the fragrance, right? There is limitless possibilities with when you're starting to deal with different oils and the carriers and all that shit. Okay. Right. You have to, that's how the thing happens, is through reverse engineering the steps involved and the qualifications and the necessities and all that stuff to make the thing that you envision that you want to happen.
Right.
And you're coming in here, caller, asking us, what do we think you should do? That's like Miles coming to me and saying, hey, Justin, what do you think I should do next with my business? I go, I don't know, man. What do you want? What's your vision? What's your plan? And then maybe if you want, we can talk about steps and ideas and kick around some ideas about how to make it happen in reality.
Right.
But without a vision, you have nothing. And you're saying, hey, I've got nothing. I got the first thing I wanted, which is some pussy. And pussy is no plan, by the way. And then you say, well, what do I do next? It's like, man, what do you want?
Right. Okay, hold on. Let me say it to the caller. So basically, when he's talking about reverse engineering, it's basically we understand what the finished product looks like, but I got to go back to the beginning to get to the end.
Right.
Right. So I already know what a relationship that's not good for me looks like versus what a relationship that is good for me looks like. I already know what it looks like. So I already know the steps that a woman has to take to show me she has the potential to be the woman that I require.
Right.
So when you say what's next, evidently you don't know what it takes for a woman to be with you. For a woman to come in effortlessly and seamlessly and not cause a disruption to your life. I know what a woman has to do. So when I see a woman doing it, I'm shaking my head like, all right, I see you. All right, but I'm gonna need you to keep doing that for a longer period of time. No, I need to see how consistent you can be. Right. So I'm just peeping game and just seeing how she's moving over an extended period of time. How long have you known this woman?
A month.
1 month.
1 month.
30 days. Bro, a woman that I've known 30 days, if she even tried to mention the word relationship to me, I'm gonna look at her crazy.
Caller, do you know what a vetting process is?
Yeah.
Do you have a vetting process?
Yeah.
How long is your vetting process?
I never put a timestamp.
Exactly. Now, stop. See, these are the things that we're talking about. So there's something that I like to say. There are some guys who live by design, and there's some guys who live by default. You sound like one of those guys who live by default, meaning that you just let life happen to you, and then if shit goes wrong, you complain and be like, well, that's life. That's why everything is fucked up. Well, I beg to differ. You see, life happen in a man's world. Life happens the way that he chooses, and not making a choice is also a choice. Do you understand that?
Uh-huh.
Right. So for example, shout out to the homie, Mr. Lucario. He in his theory, the vetting process is a 12 to 18 month process. So you going through all of this in just the first fucking month, you're fucking up. Your vetting process is akin to a 17 to 18-year-old boy, but you're a 40-year-old man. You getting your heart and your mind involved with a chick you've only known for 4 weeks. That's actually very disgusting. That is disgusting.
Let me actually interrupt you right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now, when I said what's next, I understand what's next. I mean, what's next is okay. I'm like, it was more like a philosophical question. Like, okay,
caller.
I know it's just sex.
Caller.
So it's more like, okay, I know sex is more sex to come. And like you said, I'm a 40-year-old man, and the more sex to come is it doesn't build anything.
Caller.
And I was like, see your perspective on, okay, I've been through this just a sexual relationship. So usually, what do you do with just a sexual relationship? But at the same time,
what do you do with a sexual relationship?
Is it dose? Is it dose? Is it do? Does?
Does.
Does. Let's reset.
Sounds more like does not.
Let's reset. Let's reset. Okay. And as we reset, we're gonna take off the coat of lying to ourselves. Right. So let's just take that coat off and say like this. And I'm gonna help you out, man, because I want you to win at the end of this call and maybe start your journey to be better. So you come and you call the panel and you say, hey, guys, I got a situation. I got a friend with benefits. It's been about 30 days. It's somebody that I can see myself kind of progressing with. I just don't know how to do that. Do you guys have some suggestions on how to do that, or what should I do? Because what you're doing to yourself is you're adding these onion layers of basically lying to yourself. You don't have a venting process. You don't, because if you did, you wouldn't have to ask us this question.
Right.
Because you would say, she ain't even done with this venting process for me to even ask this question.
Right.
So let me
You like the woman because you're calling us about her. Because a friends with benefits just for 30 days is somebody you don't call anybody about. So let's I mean, this is a safe space, right? This is it. This is the place where we all iron sharpens iron, right? So at least you got a knife, because some cats can't even get a girl to lay down with them. So at least you got something going on. So just uncloak yourself and say, hey fellas, friends with benefits. I don't know how to go much further. I really don't have a vetting process. Do you guys got anything to help me out with?
All right, caller, listen.
Can we do that though first? Can we do that, caller, first?
Do what? The caller, go ahead.
To respond to what he just said, it's not that I have feelings with her, like, oh, I want to have a relationship with her. She's cool.
All right, stop.
Cool.
Caller, stop. Caller, stop. Go ahead, Kate. Go ahead.
Okay, caller. Multiple times you said build something. This is essentially what you're saying. There has to be more to it than just sex. At some point, there has to be something more meaningful to this connection that I'm having with this woman. That's what you're saying. So when the guys are saying, do you have feelings? Motherfucker, you sound like you have feelings. Because you're talking about there has to be more than just sex, right? So you're talking about building. Now, here's the thing. Listen, caller, listen. This is what you need to do as a man. Take your feelings out of it. And right now, it doesn't matter what you want. It doesn't matter. Caller, if I'm dealing with a woman, and let's say I'm in the market for a relationship. Let's say I want to be married again, which Lord knows that ain't the case. But let's say that was the case, hypothetically speaking, right? When I'm dealing with a woman, I can't deal with her with that on my mind. I want to be married or I want to be in a relationship. It doesn't matter what I want. My feelings don't matter. What matters is what she's doing. Is she worthy of me to have these fucking thoughts that I'm having? Right. Is she worthy of me sitting there debating with my fucking self whether or not I'm going to elevate this chick in my life? Is she fucking worthy? It doesn't matter what the fuck I want. It doesn't matter if I like her or if I'm falling for her. That's irrelevant. From a logical perspective, has this bitch done the necessary steps to go up a notch? Has she done anything? So I ask you, Cole, what has she done outside of fucking and sucking you that makes you talk about building?
Well, Zach, I don't think he knows the steps.
Right.
Okay.
But caller, go ahead and answer the question. What has she done?
She hasn't done much.
So why are you thinking about building or a future with this chick or anything? Because you said things usually evolve, right? Because you're not making no decisions on your own life. You're just allowing things to evolve, right? So if she hasn't done anything, what is making you think about her evolving into anything?
My thing is that, okay, when I speak about evolution or evolve, okay, what's the utilization? What kind of component can I place her in my life?
That's a great question.
I'm looking for the utility. It's not the feeling factor. I'm using the word build.
Caller, that's a great question, because that answer only you can answer. Like the answer to that question, only you can answer. You have to know what utility you need in your life. You don't ask the woman, what can you do? Right? Okay, like we always reference business, always, right? I sometimes reference education. In order to make an education facility work properly, in order to make a business work properly, there has to be set guidelines of what is needed, what the vision is. Well, you need the vision that creates what's needed, and then from there, you know the steps to create and facilitate what's needed. Right? So in education, they give you a syllabus. They say, hey, you want the fucking good grades or you want the degree? These are the steps you have to take to get there. And that breaks down even from the syllabus. The syllabus breaks down into granular things. We're going to read this book, and this book, maybe not even the entire book. We're going to read these 7 chapters, right? And it gets even more and more granular. It gets finer detailed, okay? Same with a business. They're not just like, hey, let's make money today. They have an angle. They're like, what is our service? What is our product? What are we going to do? What's the marketing? If we have an employee, what do we expect of them? What do we need them to do? Right? You don't hire an employee and say, hey, what can you do for us? Right? You have to know. So you can only answer these questions, okay? Which points to the fact that, and you by asking these questions just shows you have no program. If you had a program, all of these answers would be known to you. You would know exactly what you needed in order for a woman to progress beyond just sex.
Right. So,
does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
So simply put,
so the utility,
nothing will evolve.
There is no evolution.
Nothing will evolve without you designing it. And if you designed it, it wouldn't evolve.
Exactly.
It would be part of your plan.
It's purposeful.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't be a man of accident. You know what I'm saying?
You say what?
Don't be a man of accident.
The utility. Excuse me?
I said, don't be a man of accident.
So, caller, a couple of things real quick, and you can finish your diatribe about the utility thing, but just give me a moment. First and foremost, 2 things.
Word of the day.
When you're dealing with a woman, you should never look to elevate her. You should watch her actions, right? If her actions, if she isn't invested in being elevated, why would you even think about elevating her? Okay, that's 1. 2, for her to be invested in elevating, she would have to be doing things outside of fucking and sucking you to show you she wants to be elevated, right? When a woman is really feeling you and she wants to be a bigger part of your life, they typically do shit to show you that they do, right? That's 1. The second component of that is what she does of her own volition is not the true testament as to whether or not she's doing what's required. The true testament is when you start giving her instructions and directives and seeing how compliant she is, right? That's the true test, because a woman doing stuff of their own volition doesn't necessarily imply that they're being submissive to you. They don't necessarily imply that. But when you give women instructions and directives and they do that shit with a smile on their face, they don't challenge you at all. It's always, yes, sir. And they just do that shit. Now you're getting somewhere. When that starts to happen,
right? So about your utility, call it real quick. Let him get that out. You talking about utility a little bit? Go ahead, caller.
I'm not. I was just in agreement. Okay. Utility is specified to me and what I had planned.
Okay, go ahead, Jay.
No, I just want to know, did the caller understand? Are we at a understanding on what's next for you?
We gave you $1 million worth of game and shit.
Yeah.
So now I ask you again. Then what's next for you?
It's continue the vetting process. Continue the vetting process, and be more consistent with it. Not even more consistent with. Of course, be more consistent with it. Be more. What's the word?
Caller. Caller. This is what I would suggest you do. Okay. Now, it's been 30 days, 4 weeks, a month. I suggest you chill, relax, get out of your motherfucking head, and enjoy the sex. If the sex is enjoyable to you, if you're having a great time with this woman, stop taking it so seriously, have some fun, and relax. And if the woman starts showing you that she wants more, and she starts doing things to show you that she's investing more than just her body, you can explore that at that time. Just enjoy yourself.
And I would sharpen your iron a little bit more too. I would go ahead and get on somebody's program.
Yeah, I would definitely get some coaching.
And that way, when it's time to, make those moves, you can have some tools to help you, formulate how you're going to make those moves. Yeah. And I don't think a lot of people really understand. It's not a cookie cutter program that these gentlemen help people with, because it's all your design, the things that you want, just better ways on how to facilitate it and make it happen. So, that's my suggestion. Hey, some cats can't even get a woman to sleep with them. So, that's one step down. The next step is you got to make things more purposeful.
Caller, see, there's something that I need you to answer for me. So you're a 40-year-old man, correct?
Uh-huh.
Forget this particular woman that you're talking about. What is it do you want a woman for in your life at this point? Like
at this point?
Yeah, what do you want a woman for? In your, again, let's not leave this woman that you talking about out of it. Let's just talk about your life and the design of your life. What do you need a woman for in your life at this point?
It's really more to pick up the, I don't want to say slack, but the odds and ends. Because I am a very busy person.
The odds. So you're looking for a personal assistant?
Yeah, sound like that. I mean, basically a personal assistant.
Okay. Now, let's look at that, right? See, and this is the type of shit that we would get deeper into on a personal call.
Careful, you don't give away free coaching shit.
Exactly, right?
Because I see where this is going.
Exactly.
I tried.
We would start to actually look at your life and say, what are the odds and ends? And then we would also explore those, even if you're looking for a woman who's a personal assistant, right? We have to look at the quality of the female. Is she someone that you're willing to even trust with those things? You get what I'm saying? So it's a whole lot of stuff that we need to discuss that, we ain't gonna really get into right here, because you're not gonna tell me all your personal business on this call. You get what I'm saying? So this is why you need coaching. As a 40-year-old man, that do you consider you have something to lose?
To lose?
In your life, do you consider that you have something to lose?
Yeah.
Exactly. So coaching would be a good investment for you, bro, honestly, because it's things we can't get into on this call right now.
There you go. Let me say this real quick. Is he still there?
Yeah, he's still there.
Carl, we're gonna give you the last word. We gave you more than enough game, bro.
All right, caller. Hey, we appreciate you, brother. You can get with me. We could get with me at masculineidentity.com. Just look up the coaching session. You could get with K-Zag at is it the manhoodisskillset.com? Yeah, manhoodisskillset.com or shit, even the Dominance Academy, because he might have to learn how to hypnotize a bitch.
I've got a package on how to design your program and your constitution.
There you go. Go.
It's in the chat.
All right, so caller, you got you got your pick, bro. And like I said, you're not a kid. You're not a kid. You're a 40-year-old man. At this point in time, you're supposed to have some concrete steps you're trying to take to make some shit happen. And the fact that you sound like you still living by default means you need some game. You need some coaching. You need some concrete ideas of what your life should be like, homie.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right,
bro. We appreciate you, man. Thanks for calling.
For sure.
Yep. Like, I see, it's stuff like that where I understand why some people don't like calling in, because I say this all the time. Your language exposes you. Like, it don't even take that much. As soon as you start to ask certain questions, it's like, I already see where your head is at. And then the fact that he's a 40-year-old man, that's rough, bro. You still asking 17-year-old questions at age 40. That's not good.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Yeah. But, I would say, props to him for having the courage to call and ask questions and get, have the hammer come down on his head a few times.
Yeah, definitely.
So
I'm just big on don't lie to yourself. Like,
you
can get better advice by really telling the truth on a matter
Yeah.
Instead of trying to hide behind and kind of, oh, it's this, it's not that. Like, hey, let's not
Right?
lie
It
to
was so
ourselves.
obvious. It
It's
was
like,
so obvious that he liked her, right?
Yeah.
It's like, come on, we're fuck buddies. What do we do next?
What do we do
Okay,
next?
well, it's like, do you like her? Well, I don't know. You know, what's the next step and things of. Come on, just admit that you like her, because then we could have a true pathway on how to go or have an honest conversation.
Exactly.
Because if you're just fuck buddies, there is no future.
Exactly.
It's just more. It's just more fucking. That's
Exactly.
it. It's not complicated.
It was so interesting when he said, with a sexual relationship, what do you do? Like, what?
You know what it is? You know what it is, Miles? There's this myth that the next obvious step is a relationship if you're fucking somebody. And no, that's not the next obvious step. Guys.
I bet he liked her and he didn't know how to bring it up.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Guys, the next obvious step when dealing with women is not relationship or marriage.
Mm-hmm.
The next obvious step is what you want at that moment. Assuming that woman is worthy of what you want. Because sometimes a woman might not even be worthy of your dick, let alone a relationship. Right?
Right.
So,
We
but
talked
even
about it
in
plenty
the
of
case that
times.
you're having sex, but even in the case that
we
you're having
talked
sex
about
with women,
Okay.
real quick, Dylan, even in the case when you're having sex with a woman, just enjoy the sex. Stop making it bigger than what it is. If the woman, even if you like her, if she is not showing you that she's invested in anything more than just sex, if I was you, I would not cross that bound. Just let it go.
Exactly.
Let it go. You're gonna get your feelings hurt. But go ahead, Jay Roman.
Go ahead, Jay Roman. But real quick, can we put back up the quote from Unique as well? Go ahead, Jay.
Oh, yeah, let's grab that.
Yeah, no, it's just that we talked about it plenty of times on this show about you can't let things just evolve because it doesn't have your fingerprint on it. It doesn't have your design on it.
Yep.
So for him to say, it'll just evolve to the relationship, that's how you get caught in a relationship that you really shouldn't be in because you didn't design it. You let it just evolve. Oh, we're having sex. Oh, I guess the next step is boyfriend, girlfriend because we like having sex with each other and we spend a lot of time together. Okay, why not? Or she gives you an ultimatum. You're not going to get this sex anymore unless you give me a title. And next, you're in a relationship with a woman that you really shouldn't be in a relationship. So, don't let things evolve. You got to design that.
Yeah.
Make look, guys. Real quick, let's get to Unique. So he says, when it comes to transactional sex, would y'all say it is only just for physical reasons or to try and get the other person to love them or both? In other words, having a pretty woman syndrome. I think sometimes it's just sex. But for a lot of guys, they really desire affection from women. Mm-hmm. Not just the sex. They desire the affection. Because a lot of these guys, they have never. Real quick, Miles.
Sure.
All right, real quick. Let me finish up. A lot of guys have never really been in a situation where a woman they thought was attractive was very affectionate with them. Like, and really, really misses them, talks to them lovingly and shit like that. They've never had that. Right. So sometimes when they do pay for sex, they're also paying to get that thing that they, because a lot of guys, don't get it twisted. A lot of guys are like women where they covet non-sexual intimacy too.
All right, caller 513-513. You are on live with the Manhood is a Skill Set Show. We got your host, K-Zag. We got Jay Roman, Mr. Justin, and Miles. Name, age, city. How can we help you?
What's up, Miles? What's up, K-Zaggin?
Oh, Chrislin.
What up, Chrislin? What's up, man?
What's up, Jay Roman?
What up?
What's going on?
What's going on, man? Good to hear from you, brother. How you been?
I've been well. I've been well, guys. I've been well. My question is, why in the hell are we holding these women accountable when we keep on rewarding these women with all this money and resources and all this stuff, but at the same time you want to hold these women accountable? And I'm like this: like men, we're never going to hold these women accountable if you keep on rewarding bad behavior.
Okay, what do you mean by rewarding bad behavior, though? What do you mean by that?
Meaning, like, this girl literally said in the actual video that I don't like spending time with this guy.
Yeah.
She's only with this guy because he likes the actual resource. Mm-hmm. And it tells you a lot right there.
But see, that's not on her. That's on the guy. See, Chrislin, I hear what you're trying to say, but my thing is, you got to remember, she's dealing with sugar daddies. these guys are leading with their wallet.
Mm.
So she don't. A lot of these women, they don't have to talk men into spending money, right? These men are leading with their wallet. When she said, "I pretend," what she's saying is, I'm not going to tell the guy I don't like him. I'm not going to tell the guy I don't want to have sex with him. I'm going to give him the allure or the illusion that he can have whatever he wants. Right now, he has to pay for it, but I'm going to talk to him and make him feel in such a way that is genuine, but it's really not. That's on the man. So if men stop leading with money, you don't have to worry about ever wondering, does she like me for me or not?
Right.
What you got?
Exactly. I totally agree with you. It's so funny because I was on a date with one. I was on a date with a sugar daddy, sugar mama, or whatever the hell they call them.
Sugar baby.
I didn't know who she was. Sugar baby. Like I didn't know. And she was trying to convince me it wasn't about the sex with these guys. She said to me that we do other stuff. Go ahead.
No, it's not always about the sex. Sometimes those guys just want to hang out and be seen with a beautiful woman on their arm. Because the validation means something to them.
Yeah, I think from the clip, what she was more so describing was just a transactional relationship, dealing with simps and things of that nature. A true sugar baby, sugar daddy, or sugar baby and sugar mama relationship is a subset of kink, right? And in kinks, a lot of things, actually pretty much everything, is discussed up front. And so it's so both people come into the situation with full disclosure, and they can make informed decisions about how they want to proceed. And there's limitations. It's not like the guy's like, oh, well, sometimes there are, but I would imagine there's a lot of limitations. Like say, hey, you can spend up to $5,000 or $10,000 on this credit card, right? It's not just like, oh, go and fucking blow the whole fucking thing in one day. And then she also has her limitations, right? Of like what she's willing to do. And a lot of this stuff is discussed up front. And that's just the way a lot of these kinks work. Sometimes they're fetishes and they go to further extremes. But what we're usually seeing, where like women are saying like, oh, I just do this stuff and I get paid. They're dealing with guys who are not part of the kink community. They're simps and they have money and they're like, oh, I want to pay for a woman's sex. And like what Miles was saying is that it doesn't always include sexual activity. Sometimes they just want to have the company, right? And that's just what it is.
And I just kind of want to add to Justin real quick when he says kink. Even though it is a man's kink, it is still by his design that he wants it like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's a difference between that, because it's not really by design that they want the fake attention. They're paying for the attention and they want it to be real to give them a certain feeling. A kink is something different, where if I tell you I need you to be dressed and every time I'm in town and I want you to be on my arm and go to a business and I know what it is, that is something totally different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And usually there's a lot of respect between the two people.
Right. Mm-hmm. And I was going to say, Chris, because I heard you mention the term bad behavior, and then you referenced when she said that she doesn't really like the guy. I would like for you to understand that just because she doesn't like him, that doesn't mean she's exhibiting bad behavior. Because like Justin just said, there's a lot of respect. Sure. There's a lot of respect in transactional situations. She understands that she is a purveyor of services. And she also understands that in order to maintain the customer's business, she has to be a good purveyor. Right. She has to tend to her customers' needs. So please understand the difference between, transactional behavior and bad behavior. You get what I'm saying, Chris?
True. You're right.
Yeah, because a lot of times, like I understand how it is on the internet when you see a woman doing certain, dishonorable or distasteful things based, subjectively speaking. It might be dishonorable or distasteful by your view, but that still doesn't constitute bad behavior. And we must also realize, like you said, there's no really holding her accountable, because she's just doing what she's able to do because she wants the resources from the guy to pay her rent and do whatever she needs to do. You understand? So a lot of times we love to get into our moral like bag and try to judge these people and all this other shit. But we, as men especially, we need to look at things a little bit more objective. And it'll help us understand game that much better when we're not in our feelings. Now, she's exhibiting bad behavior. Just the fact that she don't really like the dude, that's not bad behavior. No, she is honoring her commitment to spending time with him because he's paying her for it.
She said it. Even when I don't want to go, I got to look good.
Right. She said, I don't like spending time with this dude. I don't like this dude. Exactly. But here I go.
Right. I don't know the pay pig relationships that I know of, where it's like full on kink, sugar baby and sugar daddy. Like yeah, well, the ones that I know of, there's a lot of respect involved, and they do genuinely like each other as people, right? But it's not like emotional feelings are in there. Like I want to be with this person. Right. It's kind of like if you have running a business and you have a client and you actually like them as a client. Like as a person, you know what I'm saying? You want to bring him into your family and have him over for dinner, but you're like, yeah, I genuinely like this person. They just happen to pay me as well for the service that I provide. It's something along those lines. And there's respect involved. I think that the chick, she was not involved in that. Like just from her attitude, like I know people who are in this lifestyle, and from her attitude, it just sounds like she's just using guys for the money. And I think that she could make more money if she just had an OnlyFans page. It'd be a lot less effort for her.
Mm-hmm. But I think that video is a little bit dated too, though. I think that might have came out before even OnlyFans.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
There you go. So Kristen, you got something you want to add to that, my brother?
Well, I guess I would. Doesn't that add to what, when they get on these freaking podcasts, say, this guy needs to do X and he needs to take me out to this X steakhouse. And
okay, Kristen.
Who gives a fuck what they say?
Kristen, let me help you out. Bro, and I'm going to be honest with you. I don't care when women get online and act like they don't like Cheesecake Factory. I don't care. Because my thing is, no woman is going to act like that with me, though. You know what I'm saying? So she can act like that with another. This is what guys got to remember. I want guys to understand something. This is what guys got to remember. Women can only act as you allow them to act. Mm-hmm. Period. Yep. So what I mean by that is this. In this world, unfortunately, there's a lot of weak, bitch-ass dudes that deal with women who will say such things to them, right? A woman would not talk to me like that because I would never deal with a woman who would talk to me like that. Right? She would never be in my car to talk to me like that. Mm-hmm. All right? So when I see women behave like that, I'm not looking at the woman. I'm looking at the guy like that's a bitch ass dude. For him to even be in a position to record this shit, he's a bitch. I'm looking at the guy.
Yep. Like you should.
Yep.
Yeah. Here's a little tip. You want to up your game? Stop listening to women online. Don't watch them on YouTube things, no interviews, radio, TV, any of that shit, because it has nothing to do with you. And what that does is it brings your mind, your consciousness, and it puts it into theirs. And you start entering, what a lot of people like to call frame. You start entering their frame of mind, right? And then that's unpleasant. So you start like criticizing all that shit when it really means nothing, right? Everybody, right, are NPCs. Everyone. Like, if I'm not doing business with you, if you're not a colleague of mine, or if you're not a woman on my program, or you're not a family member, you are an NPC. Okay? Non-player character, just like GTA, right? You don't mean shit to me. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way. It's just, you're just there, right? You're just there. And all these women, exactly. All these women are NPCs. The only woman that isn't is the one who successfully made it onto your program. That is it. Mm-hmm. If she's not in your program, ignore.
Exactly.
Ignore.
Yep.
I like to say an extra in my movie.
Right.
Right. Just there, taking up space in the background. That's it.
That's it. Exactly. I don't. Yeah. This is
you don't ask the extras what they think about the script.
Facts. And my thing is, this is why I don't care when women talk about, he got to make 100,000 or he got to be 6 foot tall. Look, for all the women who say they want a guy who's 6 foot plus that make 100,000, I hope they find him. I genuinely hope every woman finds the guy that she says she's looking for. Right now, many of these bitches won't, right? And that's cool. But when women say they want certain things online, I'm like, good for her. Bless her. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Bless that bitch.
There you go.
They're just thoughts expressed into words. That's it.
Exactly.
That they're meaningless.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Mm-hmm. I want this. I want a fucking, 2025 R1, right? But I don't have $25,000 to drop on a motorcycle. So, it's just a thought into words. I want this. Okay, great. Miles, you heard that? You're like, all right, yeah, great. Whatever. It fucking means nothing. It's just thoughts to words out into the atmosphere, right? Yeah. The same shit, man. Don't listen to that nonsense.
Yeah, so Chris, man, you gotta make look, and you are a client of mine, and we've spoke on many occasions, and so I want to remind you again to maintain a certain objectivity about the things that you hear women say, because I've heard you say on different occasions that you've got into debates and arguments with women on dates, and what I'm trying to explain to you is that that's not where we need to be as men. We need to, one, we need to focus on what we want, and number two, what a woman says doesn't matter as much as what we tell her to do. You get what I'm saying? So you getting mad at a woman and talking about exhibiting bad behavior and all that other shit, remember, keep it objective and you'll be better off, right, bro?
Yeah,
I'm laughing because I'm imagining the message on the dating app, hey, let's go get cocktails and get into a fight. And she thinks that you're joking around, and then you're like, no. What's the topic? We're gonna get into it. Let's just ruin each other's evenings.
Arguing on dates with women?
Yeah.
Sit down. It's like, so what you want to fight about?
What you want to fight about?
What's so crazy? You might get one.
That actually might work. It's something humorous to do. But and then the story she tells her girlfriends, how was your date? She's crying and shit. She got a headache.
Right. Yeah, he's a Trump supporter.
He liked to argue. I didn't think he really liked to argue.
Right. So yeah, be careful with it, Chris. But hey, man, great call. We appreciate you, brother. You be safe out there. All right.
All right, man. See you.
All right, take it easy, man. All right, guys, call in 919-647-9392, 919-647-9392. And we got Victor. He says a woman confirmed she would meet up with me on a date today. I text her yesterday that I will see her today, but got no response. Is she about to flake? And should I show up without her replying?
I already answered. Oh wait, no, sorry, this is a different one.
Yeah, she's about to flake on you, bro.
Yeah,
she's about to flake.
So you should have chose a spot you want to go to anyway.
Yeah, exactly. See, you guys are gonna learn. See, and Jay Roman, I'm glad you said that. So, Victor, if you're still watching, this is why when you set up a date with a woman, you always set up a date at a spot that you frequent and you actually want to be there. You never plan your evening around a woman you just met. And then your evening or the success of your evening hinges on her showing up. Okay? Because a lot of you guys would do, if y'all are actually at these locations and that bitch don't show up, y'all pack it up and go home with your disgraceful ass. You know what I'm saying? Now your evening is all ruined because this random chick didn't show up when you should have went somewhere that you wanted to be, whether she was there or not.
Right.
But y'all right.
Yeah, it was. I don't think she's about to flake. I think she flaked a long time ago.
Yeah.
Because if this happens, that means she didn't really like you that much to begin with.
Exactly.
Yes.
If you've been around a woman or have communicated with a woman who's into you, right? Her communication is different. Her behavior is different. Her vibe is different. Everything is different. There's no deciphering involved of whether a girl likes you. Right? You don't have to figure anything. None of this fucking PUA nonsense. Or her feet at 45 degrees. How many times does she put her hair behind her ear? None of that shit. It's clear as a fucking bell when a woman likes you. Okay? Whether it's in text message, a phone call, video, or in person. Right. There's no mystery. So if you got to ask questions, she's probably not into you. And that's okay. Just let it go.
But also, when you guys conversate with these women, with the lone exception is online dating. I'll take that one out of it. But when you very first meet a woman face to face, before you even exchange contact information, what the fuck are y'all talking about with these chicks? What are y'all talking? I want to be a fly on the wall to some of y'all conversations, because if I meet a woman face to face, I'm attracted to her. I'm not offering her a date if I don't see a reciprocal energy of attraction.
Mm-hmm.
It boggles my mind. Right? I'm about to go crazy thinking about this shit.
This happened to me before, though. You know.
But if I'm talking to a woman, J. Roman, if I'm talking to a woman face to fucking face, based on what Mr. Justin just said, it's obvious. There's a pattern of behavior that women exhibit when they like you and they feeling you. We've all seen it. So if I'm not seeing it, maybe I shouldn't offer her a date then. Maybe I'm just like, you know what? Hey, I'm gonna let you get back to your evening. Have a good one. Right? You don't have to offer every woman a date who's entertaining the conversation. Right? You don't have to continue the conversation with any woman who's engaging you. Once you realize I can feel it. The energy ain't there. She ain't really interested. I can tell. Let me stop talking and leave her alone. Because y'all got to remember, if you're talking to a woman, since most women are non-confrontational, they'll give you their number. So you'll get the fuck out their face.
Yeah, they don't like to hurt feelings.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, like if she's giving like one-word answers instead of paragraphs, she's likely not that interested.
Yeah. Thanks. So this happened to me before. I was met a young lady talking, and I told her, I said, yeah, we all going out. You know, me and a group of friends are going out somewhere, and I invited her, and she said, yeah, I want to go. I'm gonna go. I said, okay, I'll text you. You know, tell you the details and stuff like that. So I texted her, no response. So I went and had me a good time. She called me later on in the middle of it. The crowd was, you know, the noise was loud. I'm like, hey, what's going on? Oh, you know, she was kind of surprised that I still was there. Like, oh, you did? I said, yeah, I'm having a good time. Let me call you back. You know, and she's like, oh, okay. You know, and so yeah, I continued on with my night. I get a call like 1 o'clock in the morning. Like, hey, hey, I said, no, I had a good time, great time. Don't worry about it. You know, and she was just like, oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll see you. And I was like, yeah, click, you know, and I hung up the phone, you know, because, you know, I actually was having something kind of on the hook. She called me back 1:30 now. And I said, I'm heading to the house right now. Oh, well, I still kind of want to see you. Okay, well, right now's the time. Come over.
Right.
And she did. But, you know, at the same time, if there was no sitting down waiting to enjoy hinged on this one person.
Exactly.
Like, that's why you got to go and do and enjoy your life and enjoy it. And, you know, and if she didn't come through, hey, I wasn't going to talk to her again. That was it. I would have got a good night's sleep. So, you know, there's no sweat. I used to tell my little brothers, the worst answer you can get is where you're already at. Right. Mm-hmm. So this person that you think is so fine and so nice, she is not in your life. So for her to not be in your life is where you were already at. So you did not lose anything. So why should it bother you one bit?
See, J. Roman, this is what they're doing. Instead of them planning their evening around them, they plan their evening around a woman. Mm-hmm. See, what you're supposed to do is plan your evening around you and just invite the woman. Y'all are planning the evening around a woman and inviting yourself. Okay, so if you plan the evening around her and she don't show up, you're like, the party's dead. Why am I here too? Let me go home and just sulk. Or let me go home and get online and talk shit about women because this one woman stood me up on this date or flaked on me or whatever. And my thing is, and women are going to flake. If you deal with enough women, you're going to encounter that, right?
Right.
But if you're encountering it all the time or frequently, then you're definitely doing something wrong. Which brings me back to the initial conversation. Y'all need to stop being so friendly with these women. Be way more sexual. When I say be more sexual, I'm not telling you to utilize X-rated language, although I will. I'm not telling you to do it. But what I'm saying is just be more sexual with your energy, right? And get women to respond to that energy, right? Because if you're sexual with your energy, a woman who is not feeling you sexually, she's going to let you know that she ain't really feeling what you put out. She's going to show you with her body language, with how she responds to what you tell her or what you say. She's going to show you. All you got to do is pay attention. And that's another thing real quick. I need a lot of you guys, look up the words astute observation and astute awareness that y'all need to really be paying attention. Like, look, when chicks be talking, I'm like this. I'm listening to every motherfucking word because the moment she says something I don't like, I'm up out of there. Right?
Yep.
Y'all listen to what these chicks are saying and pay attention to their body language. Like if you are talking to a chick and you take a step close and she backs up, that's your answer.
Mm-hmm.
If a woman backs up, guys, if a woman is feeling you sexually, she's not going to back up.
There you go.
Except to the side. I don't want to be, with the absolutes, but 99.99% of the time, if she backs up, she don't want you in her physical space. If she don't want you in her physical space, she don't want your dick inside her either. Yeah.
Right. We get back to that question from Unique.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So okay.
Because I think right when it posted, we had that caller.
Right.
Mm.
Okay.
It was a good question.
Okay. This one right here.
Yeah. The pretty woman syndrome.
All right. Let's talk about it.
I think that there's actually only very few people who can honestly engage in transactional sex. And I think they fall more into the spectrum of being sociopaths because all of us carry some kind of emotion. And as men, our job is to regulate that emotion, right? But there's some people who they are just cut off. They're completely cut off. I think those people are the only ones that can truly deal with transactional sex and like, you know what? Here's some money. This is what I want. And she's like, okay, I'll take the money. I'll give you what you want. And it's just cold. Like, I don't mean cold as in like no personality, but there's the coldness to we're not bonding here, right? Yeah. It's I want a service. You're providing a service. And honestly though, if you really want that, fine. Be upfront, be honest, be straightforward. You know what I'm saying? Like if you truly don't give a shit, then why would you be hiding? Right? Exactly. And instead of trying to like pretend that it's not, even though you're doing it, even though you kind of don't mind. Like if you don't mind paying for women, I don't give a fuck what you do with your money. Just like I don't care what you do with your dick. Right? Just fucking be honest, and then things will be okay. I don't know what he meant by the pretty woman's. Oh, like getting her to like you.
You're talking about the actual movie Pretty Woman?
Yeah.
They ended up falling in love in that movie and shit.
Which is let me say
every hooker's dream.
Let me say this. Now, in real life, it has happened where a woman left the pimp and became a square bitch and went on and lived a square life. But the way that they did it with Hollywood, it don't look quite like that though. Right. It don't look like that though. That's the Hollywoodized, romanticized way. Because basically what it's really saying, like Pretty Woman is really a movie for women. It's really, girl, it don't matter what you did in your past. It don't matter who you are. Okay, you're still gonna find a prince that's gonna sweep you off your feet, and y'all gonna fall in love. That's really a chick flick, right? That's really what that's for, right? So it don't happen quite like that. I'm not saying that a prostitute won't get with a dude and she leave that life. That does happen, but not quite like that.
That was straight Captain Save-A-Ho flick.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
it was his habit too, because she wasn't the first one.
No,
it was his habit. But yeah. I want guys to understand this because, yeah, there are some guys that has this transactional thing that can do it and stuff. But for the most of you guys, you're lazy and you gave up on your manhood. Meaning you don't want to put the work in for yourself to attract genuineness to you. And a lot of times you say, oh, these women out here ain't worthy and all this other stuff. And you can lie to yourself 10 times over. The fact of the matter is, if you are a man and you say this to yourself, you should be building your life around your own design. Yeah. But then yet you turn to women and give up. So you don't want to work. You're lazy with it. And you can say, oh, man, these women are this. That's why I keep a transactional. I just give them the money. I do my thing. But really what you're saying is I don't want to work. I don't want to complete and have the total vision, the total circle of manhood. Some things I'm just going to be lazy on because I don't feel like they're worth it. I know some guy that what he does is he goes on a hiatus from women, right? He gets in a relationship, goes on hiatus from women. You know, fuck women, man. They ain't worth it. gives
The
himself a
juice ain't
drought,
worth the
right?
squeeze.
Yeah. The juice ain't worth the squeeze type of thing. And then he's on this hiatus. And like everybody else, hey, after a while, you're like, man, I need to let loose. I need to touch something. So he goes to touch something, and he touched the bottom of the barrel, somebody that needs super help, somebody just something quick and so easy, which turns out not to work. And then he repeats the same cycle again. Oh, these women ain't worth it. I go on another hiatus. And that's what a lot of guys do mentally, and they don't want to admit, I gave up. I gave up. I don't want to work. I'm pretty lazy when it comes to this, and I don't want to put the time in to really complete my manhood circle. So, don't lie to yourself. My thing is just don't lie to yourself. Like Justin was saying, if you pay for it, I don't really care. What you fuck, don't make me come. So but be honest with yourself.
Yeah. I want to go back to something that Justin said, and it was profound to me because I have clients who were tricks. So if y'all don't recall, Justin was talking about you have to be a real sociopath to live a lifestyle of paying for pussy, and that's all you do is pay for pussy.
Right.
And let me just say this: it's one thing if you pay for pussy every now and again, right? And I'm not judging. I don't care guys pay for it every now and again all the time. But what I'm trying to make a point with this, to kind of cross-reference what Justin said. Most guys, they're going to trick every now and again, but they still desire a genuine connection. They still desire that. So maybe they'll get into a relationship with a woman who's average looking, and maybe they're insecure guys. They feel like, oh, I can't pull a bad bitch, quote unquote. So then that's the bitch that they pay for to have sex with. So that way they get that feeling of having sex with a woman that look good. But beyond all of that, they truly desire affection. Most men do. This is why I agree with what Justin said, that you have to be a sociopath to literally to have that cold transaction where it's just sex and nothing else. Because the reality of it is, when two people deal with each other, if you deal with somebody long enough, in most cases, one or both people are going to start catching feelings. Usually, right? That's going to happen. Unless you have the type of situation that Justin described. Because even in the case of what these guys, these passport bros, y'all don't think these motherfuckers aren't catching feelings?
Oh yeah,
all are.
These motherfuckers are falling in love with these bitches out there. Yes, they because they're not used to it. They're not used. Some of them aren't used to having sex at all, right? And some of them aren't used to having sex with attractive women. So it's almost like they trick themselves. It's kind of like, y'all know how women have a fantasy when they say you ain't got a lot of women, they'll lie to themselves. Because they'll meet a man and they'll create a whole fantasy in their head about who that man is and all that other shit.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, the modern male is the new bitch. The modern male is worse than a woman when it comes to all that fantasy shit, right? Because let me just say this about my clients. They were depressed that they had to do that. Right? I had clients where every sex partner they had was a chick that they paid for.
Damn.
And they told me that, they said, I can't stand it. They said, like, I can't sleep at night because it bothers me that the only reason why this woman is touching me is because I gave her fucking money.
Damn.
Right? I had guys that talk like this. She said, I want a woman to see me and miss me for real. I want a woman to come up to me and kiss on me because she really wants to do it, not because she knows I'm gonna give her some money later. Right? And I'm like, and guys can say what they want. But that's how men really be feeling, right? A lot of these guys be on the internet coping. Go ahead.
No, and we say this all the time. Like the vast majority of guys, even the guys that come over and call or be in the chat or just partake in our content, the vast majority of them, they really just want one nice girlfriend.
Yep.
All of them, they want to live this, guys like us, we talk about it from time to time about dealing with multiple women or having a roster or having a fuck buddy here and having a main chick and so on and so forth. And, there's a certain type of man that can do that. But the vast majority of most dudes, they really just want one good girl because the vast majority of dudes, that's all they could deal with. And most people are not sociopaths. Most people, they need that connection. Most people, they need that, that companionship. They want to be cared about and they want to care about somebody else. And yes, the majority of them want to be monogamous, but in many cases it's natural, but in my opinion, in addition to that, it's also nurtured by society, jealousy, and all that other stuff, the insecurity that come with relationships and so on and so forth. So the average dude can't deal with, like Lucari and I, we might do a show where we tell guys, don't worry about what your woman might be doing when you're not there. So many dudes are like, what you mean? So you mean I'm supposed to be cool with my bitch getting a train ran on her? And it's like, bro, why did you go to such an extreme? All we said was, don't worry about what your woman is doing when you're not there. And all of a sudden, his mind jumps to her having a fucking train run on her. You see what I'm saying? And that further illustrates the insecurity that most dudes have when it comes to dealing with a woman. So the average dude, if I'm just giving you the advice of, in order for you to maintain a certain level of confidence and leadership in your relationship, don't worry about what your woman might be doing, and your mind jumps to that extreme, you don't have the heart to have a fucking roster. You don't have the heart to deal with multiple women. You don't even have the heart to have a single fuck buddy, which is why so many dudes lean into and start to catch feelings for the fuck buddy, because at a certain point, the insecurities is going to cause them to worry about what that woman is doing when they're not there, even if she's just a fuck buddy. And I'll finish it up with this, K. I got you. Yeah. Just like how the dude just called in and talking about, she's a fuck buddy, but what's next? You see what I'm saying?
Exactly, because to him, he's one of those guys where he got to be booed up. Right? Exactly. That's his default setting. He got to be booed up, right? Yep. And let me just say this. A lot of guys, and this is just the truth, a lot of you guys, you don't have the mental faculty and the emotional fortitude to deal with women casually. A lot of guys, you're flat out, you're not built to engage in casual sex encounters. You're not built for it. You are not built to engage in sexual sex encounters. You're not built for it. Like, I'll give you a primary example. There was a Facebook post recently, but I've also seen very similar posts in the past, where this guy, he had just met this woman, and him and this woman went out on a date. And after the date, I guess they were texting back and forth. So he asked her, "So what are you doing? What you about to get into?" And she's like, "I'm about to go out on another date." And he lost his shit, right? He lost his shit. And my thing is, why would you just met her? But see, most guys, again, and it goes back to the modern male is the new bitch, because you can't fathom that you just went out with this woman. Y'all probably had a good time. She probably laughed at all your corny ass jokes and shit, and she probably touched your bitch ass hand, and you felt all good about yourself, right? You can't fathom that she's literally about to go see another man hours after seeing you, right? You can't fathom. But when you understand women and you understand how it really is out here,
right?
To you it's nothing. It's like, it's okay. A woman going out on multiple dates in one day. So, and to me, that's what she's supposed. If she's a single woman, she's supposed to entertain all the suitors she can handle.
Right.
Yeah, I think that like that requires for you to work on yourself, right? And so that requires for you to usually move into an uncomfortable space and really look at yourself and say, hey, this is what I need to hold myself accountable for. A lot of those guys we talk about that want that one woman doesn't know the type of work you have to do to maintain that relationship. They think it's just going to be if they find the right one and she's going to have the excellent personality and the excellent vibe all the way through the relationship without any saying anything from you. It's just that's how she naturally came. And we know that's not the case. You have to put in work no matter what. Exactly. But the first work you need to do is on yourself. So if you don't have the heart to do something with a woman and you don't have the heart to correct yourself, you're going to keep repeating the same thing over and over again. And I think that's what's the vital thing that a lot of people are missing is they want to look at these shows and they want to comment and make their comments and ask their questions, but they don't want to join anybody's program to say, let me show you how to work on yourself so much it's easy and easier for you doing the other work. And that's how it ties in, but they don't want to do that work.
Right.
They'll rather spend hundreds of dollars on dating multiple women instead of spending whatever amount of money on themselves, so they don't even have to go on a date. When I was younger, hanging out, there was this partner of ours. We used to tease him because no matter where we went, toward the end of the day or toward the middle, some girl would pop up that he invited. And then as we were younger, then the fellas hanging out, we're like, dude, why you always inviting chicks to always hang out with us? Like, what do? But that was his date. He's like, this is what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to see me, this is where I'm at. Right. Now, the younger me was like, a couple of the fellas like, damn, man, we sitting here vibing, talking, getting at chicks. And next thing you know, one pop up, his pop up. And, it changes sort of the vibe a little bit. And, we're worried about that. But he already set his tone that, hey, I'm not doing anything different I'm doing today. If you want to see me, this is where I'm at.
Yep.
And so they would pull up there. And I can tell you right now, I think back, I don't ever recall calling this dude and he's saying I'm going to go on a date. Right? And that's just what it was. And how stupid of me back then to be like, hey, dog, come on, man. Come on. Sometimes the fellas just want to hang,
Right.
It requires you to work on yourself. It requires you to be accountable for yourself, to look at yourself, really evaluate and say, these are the flaws that I have. These are the flaws. And that's why I give it up to a lot of the callers. I may laugh. Really, I'm just laughing because in my head, every time y'all say y'all have problems, I say more for me. But but honestly, I give it up to callers that say, hey, let me go ahead and call and get something. But you got to work on yourselves and take the advantage, fellas. Take the advantage.
Yeah. So let me go real quick, guys. Mouth is going to turn off the phone line in a little bit. I suggest you call in 919-647-9392. If you have a question, put a Q in the chat. We got a few minutes. We got shit to do. Time is ticking. It's a beautiful day. I'm trying to get the fuck up out of this house. All right, Lord Jefferson. He says, let's say she is pretending but following your leadership. How important is her agenda? Why would you care? I mean, in terms of relationship, not tricking, I wouldn't care. Bro, if you got to pay a woman to do something, it's not genuine. Okay, if you're cool, look, Lord Jefferson, if you're cool with that, and that's what it boils down to, what can you stomach? If you're cool with dealing with a woman who's pretending to care for you, but she really don't, and you're cool with inviting this woman into your life, bro, do you? I just know me. I'm not fucking with no chick who doesn't genuinely want to be there.
Right.
And she doesn't genuinely respect me. I'm not doing it.
So that's what he talking about paying, right? Because he talking about
I hope so.
Let's say she's pretending
to follow
your leadership. How important is her agenda? Why would you care? I mean, in terms of a relationship, not tricking, I wouldn't care.
I get what he's saying. All right. Because so here's the thing, like there are some women who are very good at presenting, right? Yeah. And they can hold it up for a while, right? I would say even exactly sometimes years. Okay. So it really, it's again, work it out.
Did y'all hear him? Y'all hear Justin?
Wait, I don't hear him.
Hold on.
Your mic went kaput.
Yeah, rewind. You said again from again. We you cut out from there. Oh shit!
It's still going.
Yeah, we can't hear you, Justin. Maybe you gotta come out and come back in or something like that, or reset your mic. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we can't hear you, brother. Sound is out.
Okay, I don't know if you could take him out and then put him back in. I don't know. Oh, pause and all that. But.
All right, go ahead now. Say something, Justin.
Yeah, it's probably on his end.
I think it's a little delay for him too.
But yeah, he's saying that women are good at pretending. I don't know. It's if you have and that's why having a program is so important, because if she is following your program, and she's doing it in a certain way. She's a cheerful giver. She cooperates. I mean, I wouldn't care either. And truthfully, I don't. As long as she's behaving the way I really wanted to consistently.
Yeah.
See, it is the consistency that will make me able to notice the inconsistencies. You understand? If there are any, you understand? So that's why it's important. You still need to be consistent.
Say something, Justin.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but yeah, I was talking about business, and so it's like, does it matter if they like the job or not? Right? If they're coming in, they're doing this shit, and they do it well, and they go home. Right? It's like, you don't care if they really, would you prefer that they love working for you? Of course, right? But if they're just getting the fucking job done, then who gives a fuck? The only time that this matters is if you got your feelings in the situation. That's the only time it matters. If you're like, oh man, but she doesn't really like me. Well, why does that matter to you? Why are you looking to a woman to feel good? Why do you want a woman to like you?
Right.
I mean, of course, we don't want women to be with you that hates you, okay? But she doesn't have to like you, right? Because that implies that you're looking for something for the woman to supply you with that you should be supplying on your own, right? From yourself, right? And I got, like on my channel, I talk about having your cup full. Your cup should be full of self. It should be completely full of self. And then whatever she gives on top, whether it's fucking made up or it's genuine, that's just extra cream on the top. And if so, for whatever reason, you have to fire her ass or she decides to leave, your cup is still full.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Lord Jefferson. If you're talking about tricking, I'm not sure if you're talking about tricking or not. My thing is, again, I don't care about guys tricking. I just know that a lot of guys who talk shit, they're just coping. They're really depressed, right? But they get online and they cope with the fact that other men are having genuine connections with women, but they're not, right? So now, if you don't care about having a genuine connection, and you be like, man, I don't give a fuck about all that. I just want this chick to come over, cook my favorite meal, suck my dick, and take her ass the fuck home, right? If you cool with that arrangement, do you? But the reality of it, most guys really aren't cool with that arrangement for a lifetime. They might be cool with that arrangement in spurts, but they're not cool with that arrangement their whole life.
Exactly. All right. So we got 213. You are on live with the Manhood is a Skill Set show. We got your host, K-Zag. We got Jay Roman, Mr. Justin, and Miles. Name, age, city. How can we help you?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Name is Charles. City is Los Angeles. Age is 38. Okay. I just had a hypothetical question. It's a fuck buddy situation. Do you guys have any advice on how to probably end that if you don't want this situation anymore?
All right. So you said it's a hypothetical. You said?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hypothetical.
Okay. So he's saying hypothetically, how would you end the fuck buddy situation?
Yeah. Any advice on how to end it?
Come on.
Did he say how to end the fuck buddy situation?
He said hypothetically, how would you end a fuck buddy? Have you ever been in a fuck buddy situation before, sir? Caller? Hello? Okay. Yeah, his connection sounded bad from the beginning. So
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. It's just kind of today. It's kind of getting to me a little bit. The lack of power.
Yeah, it's kind of like
that's in you. Like some of the questions is, I don't
know how to end a fuck buddy relationship.
I'm perplexed.
Stop fucking her. Stop fucking her.
Stop fucking her. Don't
stop fucking her.
Tell her. Why not just say, hey, we had our fun. We had our fun. Benefits, and I am no longer going to renew your contract to be a fuck buddy. Like,
has any of you ever actually ended a fuck buddy relationship?
I don't think half these guys have had fuck buddy situations. I think what they've had are they fell into some pussy and they think they've got a fuck buddy situation because that's what their ego tells them it is. Right. But really, they just got lucky and they don't know how the fuck to manage that thing. I think that's really what goes on from most dudes.
Exactly. You know what, Justin? You're absolutely right. It's new for them. They've never been in that situation.
They fell into it.
And they don't know how to navigate it correctly.
Exactly.
It's almost like she knocks on the door, he answers, she's like, you know what time it is. You have no choice here. It's like,
get on the bed.
Yeah, that's not every time I come knock on your door, sir, you need to do this for me. Like, it's not happening. Like, come on. Like,
I've never ended a fuck buddy situation.
Yeah, it just I never ended it either. I just stopped talking.
It tapers off, but you from them, later on down the line. But usually it just tapers off. Like so,
it tapers off, and maybe a couple months later.
For me, it's ended because she's found a boyfriend. That happened to me a number of times.
That's usually how it ends.
And because the fact of the matter is that most women want to be in relationships.
Right.
They're not out. They're like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna be a hoe like indefinitely. Like even the hoes don't want to be hoes indefinitely, right? It's just it takes a sociopath to maintain that kind of mindset, and there's not a lot of sociopaths out there, right?
Exactly.
So it's like any girl who's gonna be in a situationship or a fuck buddy or whatever, even a play partner, you know what I mean? Like coming from my world, eventually they get into relationships because that's what they want, right? And I've lost, man. Oh my god, this one girl. Damn. She loved sucking dick and baking cookies. And I was like, God, what did I just find? This is amazing. Like she didn't want anything else to do. She'd like to suck dick and bake cookies. I'm like, so I walk in, I'm like, so what we making today? You know? And she's like, what do you want? Oatmeal raisin? You want double chocolate chip? I'm like, fuck, man, I'm going to just go chill out, get my dick sucked, pass out, wake up, and there's a batch of cookies waiting for me. It was the best. But she, I knew that wouldn't last. So she got herself a boyfriend and, all the best for her.
Facts. All right, so we got 347. You're on live on the Manhood is a Skill Set show. We got your host, K-Zag, Jay Roman, Mr. Justin, and Miles. Name, age, city. How can we help you?
Hey, what's up? My name is Roberto calling for the Bronx.
Wait. What do you got playing in the background, sir?
You hear something? Hold on, give me a second, quick.
Yeah. We need a more quiet, man, or move to a quieter space, please.
Shout out to the homie Steve the Dean in the motherfucking building, the man mindset.
Shout out to Steve.
What up, Steve? Oh, and guys, check us tomorrow, 12 noon, Real Game No Theory on the show, man. So make sure y'all come through then. Go ahead, caller.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah. Go ahead, brother. How old are you? How old are you?
I'm 25.
25. All right, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, the reason that I'm calling is I was talking to girls today. I spent the whole morning talking to ladies, and I always want as soon as I introduce myself and say my name, I will go and say, "Would you like to go to a date?"
Okay.
And what they say is no. Okay. It's better to go straight to saying the date, or I should have more of a conversation before.
Wait, is that all you're saying is, hey, good afternoon, my name's Bob. Would you like to go on a date? Is that like pretty much all you're saying?
That's what I say.
Yeah. It comes off like you're like door-to-door salesman trying to sell vacuum cleaners.
You see, caller, real quick, this is why I said earlier, what the hell are you guys talking to these women about? See, this is what y'all have to understand. For a woman to actually want to go out on a date with you and look forward to seeing you again, there has to be some type of something intriguing about the conversation. There has to be some level of anticipation. And my thing is, you gave her nothing to go on, like nothing. Like y'all need to have a real conversation with a woman, right? Mm-hmm. And call it what you're trying to do. Maybe you realize it, maybe you don't. Is you're rushing through the interaction to avoid rejection. Right? It's almost like you're hitting check boxes, right? You're saying, okay, I'm going to talk to her. I'm not going to stutter this time. Check. I'm going to tell her I wanted to go out. Check. I'm going to get the number, and then I'm going to walk away. Check. And you forget about all the other shit in between there that needs to happen. But y'all got it.
What do you do, caller? What do you do?
What do you mean? What I do?
What do you do? What do you do for a living? What do you do?
Oh, I work, and that's it. I work in a fast food restaurant.
Okay, so if I came to you and said, "Hey, my name is Jay Roman, can you make me a sandwich?"
I would say we like it with cheese or without cheese.
Right, because that's what you do, right? But I'm telling you right now, if I asked you to start a business, or if I said, "Hey, I want you to work for me," you're going to want to know more details about it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so here you are a brand new person to somebody and you're saying, hey, my name is this, I'm going to take you somewhere, would you want to know more details?
Yeah.
So you called kind of knowing already the answer, because in the question you kind of stated the answer. Am I not doing enough? Am I not saying enough?
Right.
So you were in the right place. So just go from there, right? So you have to. I like the fact that you called. I like the fact that you almost knew what was up. Something told you in the back of your head, like maybe I ain't saying enough. So yeah, you're not saying enough. You're not being intriguing. You're not really flirting. You're not really building anything up for them to desire to see you again. And that's what you have to work on. And if you don't really know how to develop that, then I really believe that, you know, you might want to call in on one of these other programs, or, you know, talk to Mal, Zag, or Justin about this. So, but fellas,
I will go ahead and do that. And I remember one thing is that when they told me no, I would just go home and laugh. But I remember this lady that I spoke with, that I told her if she wanted to go to a date, and she said that she wasn't getting bored, and then she like rolled her eyes around, and I went home and started laughing so loud. It's very funny when some girls reject you and stuff, but you know have to continue to do the work, and that's the.
But I think it sounds like you need to just develop more social skills. Like, I would say, just as a bit of advice, talk to a lot of people. Just in a casual sense. You're waiting for the bus, you're on your way to work, you're at the park, you're at a bar, whatever it is. Talk to a lot of people and just shoot the shit. Get used to just socializing and get really, really comfortable with talking to strangers. Not just women you're attracted to. I'm saying everybody.
Right.
Then when it comes to talking to women you're attracted to, you'll just have the same level of relaxed confidence of being able to talk to women. And you could just say whatever the fuck you want, right? I shout out to Steve. I like his one of his little examples where he said he likes to give a little story. You know, like, I was doing this thing and I was on my way to do this thing, and then there you were, right? Just like this little synopsis of what led up to meeting the woman, right? I mean, he's always talking about getting cereal at the grocery store. Loves that cereal. But yeah, shout out to Steve. So I think that's cool, but just get comfortable talking to people, man, and that'll help out a lot.
Yep.
All right, fellas. I'm gonna go for, just want to say, all right, I'm heading out. Enjoy the rest of the show. Caller, in a great spot. Listen to these fellas. And I guess Zag is out, but appreciate always being on here. All right, fellas.
All right, man. Take it easy, Jay.
All right, Jay.
All right, caller. We appreciate you, man. You take it easy, brother. All right. Yeah. So yeah, man, that's that. Hold on, let me see. We got shout out to Lord Jefferson with the $15 Canadian. He says appreciate and salute. All right. And yeah, Jay Roman. All right, shout out to Jay Roman. And that's about it, man.
All right, cool.
Well, there was a question from TC.
Oh yeah, if you have any other questions, yeah, go ahead.
All right, let me grab it. Hold on real quick. TC right there. All right, so he says, when a woman acts as if you want her, but speaks claiming she's not submissive and doesn't want a relationship, it makes things difficult to discern. Why are you talking about relationships? How should a man proceed in this circumstance? Okay, when a woman acts as if you want her, but speaks.
He's saying giving mixed signals, like she's behaving, she's acting like as if she's on his program, but she's saying something else. So she's giving mixed signals. So she's like on her knees, sucking dick, and she's like, I don't want a relationship.
Yeah. So and my thing is, why are you worried about that? That's what y'all problem is.
Yeah, he's hungry emotionally.
Yeah, exactly. When y'all guys were just meeting women, stop looking too far into the future with women. Like, stop concerning yourself with what tomorrow brings or what's going to happen next month. Just enjoy the moment that you're presently in, and stop looking. Y'all are too influenced by what women are doing, and the women aren't influenced enough by you.
Right.
Y'all got it.
Exactly. Yeah. Focus on instruction. Like, what do you want to happen next? Like, you want her to kiss you? Do you want her to come back with you to the spot? Do you want to set up the next date? Like, focus on what you're trying to do. Like, a lot of guys, look, women live in the gray area. They love to play games. They love to talk about their emotions and all that other shit. It's like quicksand if you get caught up in that bullshit. Shout out to the Diddy guy. He says with the $4.99, he says, K-Zag, do you mind if I send you a grand rising?
Oh, they're gonna read that shit.
Grand rising, King. Oh man.
What do you get?
Anyway, but yeah, focus on your instructions, bro. Don't focus too much on what the woman is saying.
Yeah,
because as long as she's following your instructions, none of that other shit really don't matter.
And it's a reveal. Once again, the truth is revealed, right? Mm-hmm. How should a man proceed in this circumstance, right? That I'd be like, it'd be like again with business. Like if I'm coming to you, Miles, I say, hey, I really want to do this thing. How do I proceed? You'd be like, well, so what's your business plan? What's your mission statement, right? I'd be like, well, obviously, if I had that shit, I wouldn't even have the fucking question in the first place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So clearly, and that's no fault. Like most men don't have programs. They don't know what it is. They can't define it. They can't put it into a spreadsheet. They don't know what the fuck it is. Right. How should a man proceed in this circumstance? It just shows you have no program. Right. All of your answers are in the program. Mm. All of them. Every situation is answered with your program. Everything. Right. So, and then the other question here reminds me of a Saturday a long time ago, and he's wondering what is this woman up to, trying to figure out what's in her head, and then based off that, what should he do? Okay, exactly. and something similar came up, and I said it's kind of like looking at a tiger out in the wild. You're on the safari, and you're like, why do tigers eat meat? Right? And then it's just because it's a fucking carnivore. It's just doing what it does, right? Don't try to decipher why and the motivations and if she's up to this and with that, and forget it. Because on your program, it doesn't say figure out what's on women's minds and then adjust to that. No, it's just what you want to do amongst a whole host of other things. Right. So basically, if she's doing the things, right, then who gives a fuck?
Right.
Because we all know women say shit and then do another. I've never done this before. Right? Pause. We've all been there. Right? I would never do that. Right? And next thing, and you're like, and you're like, and you think, how'd you get so good then? You must be a natural talent.
Justin, I got proof that women say one thing and think another. Right?
A lot of men don't realize, and women will vouch for me, we don't actually say what we mean. We say what we feel. Mic drop.
That's a very difficult thing for a lot of guys to comprehend, because we hear what you say and then we think that's what you mean. Because men speak and think in terms of logic. And if you say something, we assume that's probably what you mean. But what you're saying is that often you might say something that you feel which isn't actually what you mean.
Yes.
Exactly.
So why would you take these creatures seriously?
Because they're trying to figure out like what the truth is. Dude, it's like trying to untangle a fucking hairball. Like and it won't benefit you in the end anyways.
No. This is why listening to what women say on the internet is a waste of time. Like there was a video, and I keep referring to this video. The guy said, I don't care what women think. I don't care what women want. I only care what women respond to in relation to me. What is she responding? If she's doing the things that I require, all that extra noise beyond that, I don't care about.
Means nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely.
We got one last question, if y'all don't mind. Miles, you mind?
No problem. Yeah, we'll do one more.
All right. This last question that we answer, and we out this motherfucker. Let me snatch it. So he said, with what you're saying earlier, if I'm flirting with a chick in a spot, and if she says something like "thank you" and doesn't look at me, That's done, correct? Okay, guys.
What do you think, Captain?
Yeah.
Okay, again, you're worried about, what is she responding to? What is she, guys? Okay, and I'm going to say this, I'm going to be done with it. If you're flirting, assuming you actually know how to flirt, a lot of you guys don't know how to flirt. You think complimenting a woman means that you're flirting. And complimenting a woman is not flirting, right? At least on the surface, it's not. It depends on how you do it, right? But my point is this. If you're saying something to a woman and you're looking for a response to show you whether or not to carry on the conversation, if she says thank you but never looks at you, wouldn't that qualify?
Yeah.
I mean, because if a woman's attracted to you, she's going to look at you and talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it.
Yeah, it's like I was saying before, it's really obvious. It's really clear. Mm-hmm. There's no deciphering necessary when a woman is interested in you or curious about you or turned on by you or like crushing on you. It doesn't matter. Like whatever it is, it's going to be fucking clear, right? And it's also clear when it's not that.
Right, exactly.
Right? Like this shit is very black and white. You shouldn't have to question. If you are questioning, she's not interested, dude. That's it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, if you got a question, you don't know women and you don't understand how to be aware of what's going on in that moment. That means you're completely oblivious and you're not paying attention. That's how I look at it. You're not paying attention.
And that's why most guys need practice, like Mr. Justin was saying earlier about talking to people and understanding, social interaction, social cues, certain other things. And that's also why, shout out to Lucario. He advises dudes, if you really going out cruising for chicks, or in general, 25 a day. 25 a day is the goal. And the reason why, and so many guys, again, they make the mistake of thinking that we're talking about chasing women. No, we're talking about establishing a certain awareness when you interact.
Yeah.
Because if you have all these questions like, oh, well, I texted this girl and then do you think she likes me? Like, no, you still need practice realizing when someone, so like I was talking to this girl and I put my hand on her hand and she quickly moved her hand away. Yeah, she doesn't like you, bro. You understand? Right. But the average dude, he's not paying attention and he'll still think, well, she's still continuing to talk to me. So maybe there's a chance that she likes me. No, there's a chance that she's using you for attention. But
or she doesn't want to hurt your feelings.
Right, exactly. She's continuing to talk to you because she don't want to hurt your feelings, but she pulled her hand away from you because she's not attracted to you physically. You see what I'm saying? But you have to learn how to recognize these cues, which is why we say to get your reps up to talk to 25 women when you go out.
And understand that women who are not sexually attracted to you don't want you fucking touching them.
Exactly.
And they'll show you that. Like if you hold a woman's hand, if you shake a woman's hand, and you're holding on to it and she snatches it away, she don't like you fucking touching her.
These guys think that it's like, somebody really, really wants to get this position, right? They really want this job. And they're gonna like send mixed signals to the employer. They're like, nah, I kind of don't really want this job, but I really, really do. But I'm gonna make him think that I don't want it.
Yes.
That's what they think is out here, right? Like, oh, she might like me, but she's just pretending that she doesn't like me. It's like, no, bro, she doesn't fucking like you, right?
Exactly.
If she really wants the job, if she wants the job, she's gonna make it fucking known.
Yeah. Exactly. Women who are sexually attracted to you, they want it to happen. They don't want to put up any roadblocks to prevent it from happening because they want it too.
They want it too.
This is so obvious. But on that note, look, we appreciate y'all fucking with us on this Saturday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, guys, go to masculineidentity.com, type in love for the discount code 20% off, love for the discount code 20% off all soaps on the masculineidentity.com website.
There you go. I'm trying to see.
And Mr. Justin, you got the Dominance Academy. You say you got a hypnosis. What's the other thing?
Yeah, I have made 2 new products. One is a hypnosis kit for erotic hypnosis that will basically turn your woman to a mindless, cum-hungry slut. And then the other one is a BDSM kit. So it's a series of videos and documents to help basically create a foundational understanding of how to bring BDSM into your relationships.
Nice.
There you go. There you go. Right. Renee got it up right there. Fuck with
Yep.
Mr. Justin on the back end. Fuck with the homie Miles. Hey, appreciate y'all fucking with us today. We out. Peace.